You're listening to the Beer Craft Beer and Brewing Podcast. Tune in every Wednesday night at 6:30 Pacific for a dose of beer and brewing banter with your hosts, Ben Holm and Andrew Ziegler.
So hop aboard for some wit and wisdom in the Pacific Northwest, because it's always beer 30 on
The Beer Craft. Can't talk.
Choking on it.
You see the word Scotch on a beer label, and your brain does a little flip. You think whiskey, fire, kilts, but you're actually holding is a malt bomb. Never saw a barrel, doesn't care about hops, and tastes like caramel set on low for 3 hours.
So, not whiskey then?
Not even close. Today we're slipping into the malt-forward pint of Scotch Ale, or a wee heavy if you want to sound like you know what you're talking about at the next bottle share. We're talking why Americans made it bigger, how a 2-ounce dose of peat can break or make a beer, and why patience might be the most important ingredient in this recipe.
Plus, a real homebrew recipe we actually drink a lot.
This is the beer that doesn't rush, and if you give it time, it might just become your favorite.
But before we do that, we might as well drink something.
Agreed. It's time for Beer 30. All right.
Did you bring one, Ben?
I did.
Sweet.
I brought something cool. I've had this beer for doling it out, but I aged it for a year now.
Oh yeah. Nice. Okay.
I definitely I've already rebrewed it, so
Okay.
that's good.
You've already got the reciprocal going.
There is going to be an unfortunate gap in consumption.
Yeah.
I didn't plan for that very well. It's just too good. Thank you. Let me take the top off. Topless beer.
Oh
That's
yeah.
best.
That looks good. Pour nice.
Yeah, and this is a little warmer than cellar temp, but goddamn,
I didn't give you enough bubbles.
I have not refrigerated this
Here,
beer.
if
for
you
a while.
want more bubbles,
A little more bubbles.
all right,
I like a
I'll
little.
switch you.
I like head. It's good. It's good. Pour with vigor, they say. Maybe
too
not.
much.
Maybe not that much vigor.
I'm good.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty. Got to get some money shots here for posterity. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm thirsty. Hurry up.
Patience, Ben.
I know, but I already waited a year. How much more do you think I have?
Okay, here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers. Fine aroma. That's malty.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the high alcohol content. You can
Yeah, it's like 8.5%, 9%, somewhere in there.
tell. Very delicious. Well, how the hell are you, Ben?
I'm all right. Of course, it's what, less than a week since the 4th of July. My fingers are healing up.
Good. You still have all of them.
I still have all of them. They just don't work as great.
Right on.
I managed to singe 4 out of 5 on my left hand here, and that's, it's a good thing I'm right-handed because that's been difficult enough.
Yeah. On the tip of your thumb there, you got that?
Yeah, where I was tying mortars together,
Yeah.
and the fuses, if you keep fucking with them, they're going to flake off on your hands, and that shit's still flammable. I found out.
It'll go up, huh?
And it was really quick. Yeah. 4 fingers, or 3 fingers of my thumb.
I try not to mess with that stuff anymore.
I tried not to, but then I got wrangled. I was drinking.
Yeah.
And got wrangled into doing it some more. But it was fun. My father-in-law he was given a budget of $1,000 to blow stuff up. And
How do you do?
He survived. He survived. Yeah. Actually, I took the brunt of
He
it.
didn't have enough.
He got a budget of $1,000 because they just closed on another beach property. So his wife blew all their money, so he got to blow a little bit.
He got
too.
a little reward.
Got a little bonus.
Good for them.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite?
So we had the couple of the big cakes at the end of it were pretty cool.
Like the finale cakes?
Yeah, they were impressive.
Kind of like
those.
they're big boxes, but then they also are canted on each end.
Yeah.
So they can,
It was. They were
to the
impressive.
side-ish.
Some of the mortars we had were the big, like 6-inch fucking things. Jesus Christ, it's huge.
Dang, I should have came over and hung out with you.
Yeah, we were up in concrete, so ain't no rules up there. Actually, their place is really close to Birds Brewing up there. So easy to
cool spot.
It's a cool spot. Like it's the state park's just like Racer State Park is.
Oh yeah,
kind of like curves up around
that area.
It's
right there.
It's gorgeous up there. I really
I used to go up there and take the dogs.
Yeah.
Hell
Let them run them down.
Yeah, the dogs were pretty scared. I stayed close to home. Yeah, Lila was pretty freaked out. I have one of them. You know, my old girl. She doesn't care.
She didn't give a shit about it. She is an old lady. She don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Well, I had her around fireworks from day one. Sure. So I took her out to see the fireworks when she was 5-6 months old or something. So, she was 7-8 months old, and now she's like, well, whatever. I don't know. Yeah, it's fireworks.
Did I tell you we have a dog now?
You did, yes.
Yeah,
you've been mentioning that.
Yeah, it's an interesting experience.
How's it going?
He's a good dog. He's well behaved.
Now this is a husky.
He's like it might just be a
Malamute?
black like German Shepherd. We're not like I've been staring at him more. We brushed him down. We brushed him so much he lost weight. Yeah, he thinned out. I'm like, holy shit.
Right. Yeah, he get out of his winter coat.
Yep. And so he
probably got an undercoat.
His build is definitely more shepherd, but he's all black except for like a couple white spots on his paws.
Is he
but
lanky, skinny, kind of tallish.
Yeah. He's like full on shepherd looking. Cool. But he's a good dog. He's got so damn much anxiety. He just can't. And then, of course, he's just moved in and.
Yeah.
Doesn't know the lay of the land and lots of people.
He needs to exercise.
He does. He
needs a ball or something.
He likes the ball, but not when I throw it, which is kind of a letdown. I'm like, what's the point of you, bro? Like, you're just in my way, stepping on my toes, and you won't even fucking go get the ball.
I'm going to throw you the ball. You're going to go get it, and you're just going to sit there with it.
He just stares at it. He's just a ball of anxiety. So, yeah. There's only 4 places he can actually turn around in the house. He's so fucking big.
Wow.
I mean, we still have quite a bit of stuff of my eldest daughter's to put away. We're still shuffling it into the space, and so it's a small house. So he's huge. He has to make a lap just to turn around.
Clifford the big red dog. Big black one for you.
Yeah. He's quieter on the stairs than I would imagine.
Yeah.
The kids are way louder on the stairs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's sly.
Yeah.
He's shepherd.
He's good. There's summertime. It's great. We can leave the back door open.
There's the old lady right there.
There. Yep. Dog alert.
Tater tot.
Yep.
They're not barking at anything.
That's good. Got all 3 of them in here.
Good.
I was like, oh, the party's in here, huh?
Yeah, they like it in here.
Yeah, it's their bed's here. They got a freaking low couch for them.
It's just a dog bed.
Yeah, it's a dog bed deluxe. That's what that is.
Dog bed deluxe on the low couch. I think the low couch is going to go bye-bye. I think.
Did you ask their permission?
No.
There's going to be some trauma.
No, I think well, if I'm going to be putting my brewery setup in my brewery in the garage, then that means the piano needs to come somewhere.
Yeah.
Needs to come
this is also a part music studio. That kind of. You got an upright piano in the garage. Yeah.
So this is where it goes.
Yeah.
So that'll happen.
It's on the list of to-dos.
Right. Oh, maybe I should incorporate or have you help me. Incorporate your help.
Yeah. Could do. What's your plan for the brewery?
I'm gonna have to build me like a shelf, like a bench. Mm-hmm. It's gonna have to be a little low because I don't know, like 1 barrel.
It's a big brewery.
1 barrel.
I was gonna say I've got a trio of hot liquor tank mash tun and boil kettle kegel conversions, just sitting there.
Yeah.
Just need burners and pumps and chillers and everything else. Pretty much.
I want to do electric.
Electric's cool.
I wonder if I can convert them.
There are some cool bulkhead, like weldless bulkheads that will accept a tri-clamp 1500 watt element.
Okay.
And that element kind of is half moon shape, so it could kind of go around. You could actually park 2 of them on there if you had enough power.
You need one halfway up, right? Maybe?
I don't know about that. Like, I've never seen, I mean, like, I've only played with a few electrics, but I've never seen one with like a mid-tier, midway.
Right.
If you've got enough power, you know, do you have 220 out in the garage? Because they make one of those too.
Yeah, I have 220 right near there because that's where the air conditioner is.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've got something somewhere. Dang.
That'd be kind of cool.
I think my electrical's all buried, but you know, I outfitted the it's corrugated metal. You know, instead of like paneling, I just did corrugated metal, and the corrugated metal is screwed on with like rubber washer screws.
Oh yeah, like the roofing screws, kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I can take that off, find out where my wiring is, rewire.
There you go.
And
there you
I'm
go.
set.
Yeah, just bring it over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds cool.
Put a whole bunch. I'll have to do like a whole circuit. My shed is right there too. It's my shed's coming right in the same area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that'll be good to get a brew house back in here. Got to make a bunch of ox because I'm gonna drink it all.
Yeah.
You don't know that, but I'm
you want a show?
I'm gonna break in and the dogs won't bark for long.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's you. Fuck.
Here for more beer. Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I had something.
What's that?
So you remember on a previous episode where on the radio show I listened to, the Shannon Burke show, he has a listener from like way back when, and I told you that he's a blind guy. His name is.
Oh, this is the guy
Lawrence,
with the exceptional memory. And
yeah, exceptional memory. Over the weekend, I think somebody said something on the show. They're like, okay, I made an epic. One of the old listeners calls in and goes, I made an epic comment, about this Bubba Whoop-Ass Wilson was on the show at Radio IO or somewhere like that, and blah blah, and sure enough, by Friday that afternoon, they had the Best of Burke, and it was that show. And they said that that Blind Lawrence recalled and gave them a 5-day window that show played in from 13 years ago.
Yeah.
The guy gave them a 5-day window, and they went back and checked, and they found that.
Sure as shit found it.
Yep.
My God.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Fucking Blind Lawrence is awesome. If you ever listen to my podcast, man, I've listened to you for a long time. You're always fucking entertaining.
Well, cheers to Blind Lawrence.
Cheers to Blind Lawrence. That's a fun little fact of the week.
That's kind of cool. Fuck this beer, man. This fucking beer. I haven't refrigerated a single bottle of these in months. Like, it just doesn't need it.
It just sits there.
It's just so goddamn good. Like, I get a lot of kind of date, raisiny date kind of profile to it. Really, like, malt for days.
Malty and deep roasted.
Yeah,
Aged.
It's such a good goddamn beer. This we now make this one twice a year just so we can age it a good long time.
Because you're gonna run out.
Well, it's good fresh, but fuck, if you you just gotta hide the beer and ignore it, and maybe it'll go away. It won't, but it will, because eventually you'll drink it and then it'll be all done. So we should talk about that, don't you think? We got a show to do.
Gotta do it.
All right,
are you ready?
Yeah, we'll take a little break, finish our beer, and we'll be right back.
Long before your modern-day home brewer, ancient civilizations used song and prayers to preserve and share their favorite home brewing recipes. Today, they use Northwest Brewers Supply for their knowledgeable staff and economically friendly beer starter kits designed to start and keep you brewing deep, flavorful beer at home. Whether you're an experienced home brewer or looking for a new hobby, Northwest Brewers Supply in Burlington is here to help you start and stay home brewing. Visit them on Facebook or at nwbrewers.com for information on upcoming events and classes.
Welcome back to the Beer Craft. Today we are talking about Scotch ales. I mean, we just finished drinking one, and now I'm sad because I'm out of beer, and that's a bummer. But we can talk about Scotch ale. This is one of these terms that gets thrown around, but we're talking about a couple of different. Generally, we're talking about a couple of different things. The Scotch ale. That term kind of originated in Edinburgh, Scotland, 18th century, and it was used for strong ales designed for export. So we got malty, high-gravity beers. They tend to travel well, and they found receptive markets all over the place. France, Belgium, U.S. They even got as far as Patagonia, where hops are hard to come by, so these malt-forward styles fit in that region's supply limits. But this label, Scotch ale, definitely not used inside Scotland. They don't call it that. They don't order it that way. It was just a branding for a foreign market. Like Lexus, made by a Toyota. You know what Lexus actually stands for? It's funny.
What is this?
It stands for Luxury Export for U.S. Markets.
That's a brilliant acronym.
Yeah.
And everybody loved the name.
Yeah. So I was like,
a Lexus.
What are we making today? We're going to try to design a luxury export for U.S. markets. I can see it on a whiteboard. And it's like, well, we need a name. Well, fucking Lexus. There we go. Names itself. So Scotch ale was kind of that branded export model. Right.
This has always been wondered about by many homebrewers, I'm sure.
Well, they start throwing around a lot of terms. So we get into Scotch ales. We got wee heavy, Scotch export. What are we making? What are we talking about? So kind of these differences were, Scotland used a shilling system. Shilling was, kind of an ancient currency. I think I read it was like
long time. This is a long time ago.
It's like a 20th of a pound or some dumb thing. But that was kind of how they, it was a taxation level. So you had 60 shilling, 70 shilling, 80 shilling.
You had some poor people.
Yeah.
It was probably in the boroughs and,
So you see like 60 shilling, you've got, those are the lighter ones, 2.5 to 3.5% ABV.
Hey, even this guy can afford that beer.
I got it. You're going to go up in strength a little bit you're going to pay a little bit more.
Yep. 70 shillings.
Yep. Yeah. That's going to be like 3.5 to 4%. Okay. 80 shilling. That's where your export, they start exporting these strength beers, but they're only 4 to 5.5%.
Okay. Got it.
All the way up to like 90 shilling or the wee heavy. And we'll talk about that. But these guys can get up to 10%.
Dang. For the 90 shilling. It almost sounds to me like a taxation system based on alcohol content.
Yeah, and it was based on like the cost of the barrel. They call it's a hogshead barrel. They call it 54 imperial gallons. So it's like it's over 2 U.S. barrels. It's a big barrel. I think a lot of your like whiskey manufacturers, they'll use like hogshead barrels. Jack Daniels, you get a fucking huge barrel if you get a fresh dump of that or something like that. They're making a lot. Wee heavy, that is kind of this Scottish colloquialism. Wee meaning small serving. Generally, like you get a strong beer, you get a small one, right? That kind of happens, right?
Give me a wee one.
You can't order a pint of these strong beers. You get a schooner over here.
Right.
So you get these wee pours of a heavy beer, meaning strong. So wee heavy, that's going to be used far more often than Scotch ale. I mean, nobody living in Scotland is going to, I have a Scotch ale. They don't. Why? Why would they do that?
Right.
Yeah. But we kind of hijacked it here in the States. Scotch ale and wee heavy are generally used interchangeably here, without kind of the knowledge of that shilling system.
I mean, everybody associates the wee heavies with the Scotch ale.
Yeah.
I think maybe if you're kind of into beer, I think maybe when you hear the wee heavy, I think you know that it's a little bit higher ABV than the Scotch ale.
Sure.
A little bit heavier, yeah.
Yeah, and if you ordered a 60 shilling, they're not going to know what the fuck you're talking about.
No. Because that's not really how we do the
We
beer
don't have shillings. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a crazy system, and that it was cool that they did that, though.
Yeah, so American, we bastardized the beers. We do what we do. We made them bigger. We made them stronger. 10%. leaning hard on caramel malts, big body. You'll see barrel-aged examples. Some of those examples you can find, like Founder's Dirty Bastard. I think we've had that one on the show. We brought some of that in. Oscar Blues Old Chub. I've had that one. Mm-hmm. You had that beer?
I have.
That's pretty fucking good beer.
I've not had this one, though. The Sun King Wee Mac.
Not had that one.
No.
Yeah.
Now, where's that from? Sun King.
Insert here. That's the fact not in my notes.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll look that up on the break.
So some of those versions did, in fact, include a little peat smoke, even though it's historically inaccurate.
What do they want to fake you out? Make you think you're drinking a Scotch or whiskey?
Well, that's I think that's where that kind of comes from. We associate Scotch, anything with the word Scotch in the label, we are thinking whiskey.
Whiskey.
Right?
Peated malt.
Being the primary, flavor driver for those types of whiskeys. Mm-hmm. And I think, we just kind of if it's got the name Scotch, it's got to have some peat in it. But historically, any of these old brewing records, none of them mention peat.
No, they were brewed for the cost efficiency. 60 shillings, you can't put extra peat in there.
You got no room. You got to pay more for that. So, in fact, the BJCP, the Beer Judge Certification Program, their style descriptions for Scotch ale discourages the use of peated smoke unless you're intentionally adding, and then you're generally adding it for a smoked beer, not the Scotch ale style.
Then it's a different style.
Yeah. And that's that it flies in the face of tradition. So for the traditionalists out there,
it won't fit in that category.
Don't put the peat in.
It won't fit in the category if you put it in there.
So the Scots, we talked about that. They call it the wee heavy or light or heavy or export. That's just going to be how you're going to order. The locals would just be I'll have the light.
Oh, the light.
Right, and in the UK they'll order the bitter. Right, the bitter is just a hoppy, malty beer.
So I can go to Scotland right now and walk into a neighborhood bar and say, "Give me the light," and they'll give me a lighter Scottish beer.
Probably like the 60 shilling or 70 shilling
all
versions.
The beer they have in Scotland is Scottish beer.
No,
it's all Scottish if it's made there.
But it's kind of the default position. It's kind of like we say light beer or beer. In macro land that means Budweiser,
right, or Coors
Light, or Molson, or whatever.
And there,
we kind of have these default. We have default language here too.
Good beer, but a lighter version of it.
And you can get, and it's better in Scotland. That's why
I love that. I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get there.
Get to Scotland.
I think I have a chance to go to Ireland. Kilkill's there.
Well, you should do it. It's highly recommended.
Yeah,
I've never been. Josh, who works at the shop with me, he's making his second trip to Scotland in December. He does not like the heat, so he's going somewhere abysmally cold. It's cold. It's cold. But last time he went, he brought me a bottle of Scotch. I cannot remember the name. Thank you, sir. I still appreciate it. It's in my desk drawer at work.
Nice.
I didn't remember that till just now, so I think tomorrow's going to be better. Around about lunchtime. Yeah. So BJCP style guidelines for the Scotch stale, or the Scotch, not stale, ale. Stale.
Scotch stale ale.
Yeah. See, this is the beer we drank was like 2 beers in one.
It was delicious. Do you know the ABV on it?
This one
actually
8.9 or something like that. 8.8, 8.9, somewhere in that range. I'll put the recipe on.
Does this beer adhere to the Reinheitsgebot?
Who? Never heard of it. No, I don't know.
No, Reinheitsgebot. Not Reinheitsgebot. Who?
What? But never heard of it. Never heard of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's barley hops. Oak is okay because it says finishing. I admittedly,
that's why you're not allowed to have peat in these Scots.
So BJCP we're talking about has 4 guidelines under Scottish ale. They have the light, the heavy, the export, and the wee heavy. Also with the 60, 70, 80 shilling, and they kind of conform in terms of ABV to the ones we just mentioned, the 2.5 to 3.5 for the light.
Okay.
Yeah.
So these are correlating to the 60, 70, 80, and the 90s. Shillings.
Yeah, and so the body and malt flavors kind of are escalatory as well. So that on the light end, they're not as heavy in terms of malt or body. You're definitely getting into, as you go up the food chain in the shilling, deeper malts.
It's going to have more malt as I get to from the 60 to the 70.
Yeah,
it's going to have more malt, more alcohol.
Yeah. This one, I mean, like this will make you fall. These beers make you fall in love with malt.
Yes,
like it's doing a lot of heavy lifting for us.
I love it. So you could say the style has progression, like in ABV and its malty sweetness. As you move from the live, what about the hops that remain? The hops the same across all four of these?
The ABVs, the ABVs are generally balanced ABV. Hops in Scotland were not grown well, so they would, be forced to import that stuff, and import drives the price up. So lower hopping ratios throughout these beers, like so they probably, often like a single edition, like a bittering charge, no late edition,
that's it.
Letting the malt be the star of the show.
And the heavier it is, the maltier it gets, the less bitter it is.
You would probably use more hops in those beers, but the balance kind of stays in there, right? Like we're just trying to like manage the sweetness level of especially these heavy hitting malt bombs, just enough to show you the way. I think this one just has like 2 ounces of Willamette, that's 60 minutes, and that's it. Like it doesn't do much. I mean, no, I don't like. We're not going for hop aromas or flavors.
Yeah, why'd you go with Willamette over Cascade?
Budgetary reasons, and the recipe we have brewed it this way for so long at the shop. This is, I've only owned it for the shop for 2 years, but I think this was one of Trevor's dad's recipes, Larry's recipes, and we're not big on fucking with it because it's just too goddamn good.
Right? Yeah.
Like I don't know where it would go.
It's set.
I could probably achieve the same thing with Goldings or Fuggles, and I might have to use a little bit more. Willamette comes from, it's a Fuggle cross, so it has its roots in
Fuggle cross grown here in Oregon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so it's appropriate for the styles of beer that you can. So it's a domestic version that is appropriate for those English styles.
We should deep dive into the hop origins.
We haven't done a hop. We haven't done a hop. You know what? I have an idea for a hop episode. Yeah, there's a story about Columbus hops that I want to tell. It's going to be pretty good. I might actually work.
Think about Columbus hops.
I think. Well, we'll talk about that too.
Cheesy,
but it has yes, it does. But it has a cool history, and I think we'll talk about that one maybe next week.
Diesel awesome.
Modern examples that you can get yourself. Bellhaven Wee Heavy. It's a 6.5%. It's definitely a classic export. McEwen Scotch Ale. Their Champion Ale, 7 and 8%. Rich caramel, those dark fruit. Kind of I was talking about the raisiny, datey plum kind of things.
Love those.
Caledonian Edinburgh Scotch Ale. Definitely an export label. Deep malty toffee and nut notes.
Toffee and nuts in that?
That sounds, it's making me drool a little bit more.
Why didn't we have one of these for our Beer 30 segment?
Yeah, because I ran out. All right, so the classic profile. What are we talking about? Here are the core traits you're going to want to do to reproduce one of your very own. You want a rich malt character. Caramel, toffee, toasted bread, those dark fruits like raisin, fig, plum kind of stuff. So there's some suggested malts for that. I'm going to give you an approximate percentage of grist along with these or grains so that you can scale it to your system. But Maris Otter or Golden Promise are going to be fantastic options. 70 to 85% of your grain bill can easily be taken up here. Munich or a Vienna at 5 to 10%. Going to be add some body, some malt-forward, some toast kind of flavors. Your mid to high range, mid range crystal malts, 60 and 80 level one, maybe 5 to 10%. Definitely getting into that caramel depth. We can also see some melanoidins or aromatic malts in there. The melanoidins, those are those big clunky flavor profiles, the same kind of flavors that make toast taste better, steak taste better. All the GB, the little GBD bits, golden brown and delicious.
Yummy. Then the aromatic malts are about the same.
Yeah, they're going to give you some
little
cool
roasty.
flavors. A little roasted barley generally for color. Oh, melanoid aromatic, that's about 5%. Roasted barley, we can do like 1 or 2%. It's going to give us, kind of deep.
Yeah, you don't want to go too overboard on the
No,
roasted
you
barley.
want to get into those red, kind of copper red or mahogany kind of.
Yeah, and you don't want that burnt roast at all.
Not a lot, no roast character. Yeah, you could do a staining, like a cold steep stain kind of thing. Would be appropriate if you were worried about that.
I would say just throw a little more crystal in there. Kind of stay away from the higher roasted. Go a little heavier on the
When I want
crystal.
I want this color, I'm usually like a pound of crystal 80 and 2 ounces of roasted.
Yep. I've seen some
for 5 gallons.
I've seen some recipes that call out for like crystal 60 and then crystal 120 in the same recipe.
Well, crystal 60 is going to taste a little bit. It has a different
Different
flavor
profile?
Yeah, I think of like 60 Lovabond. You're getting into sort of like raisiny or grape, kind of those raisiny sweetness. You get into 120s
Higher.
and you're looking at more like the burnt raisin. When you have oatmeal cookie, oatmeal raisin cookie, and the raisin
bottom.
that was on the bottom on the pan,
bottom's kinda
the
like
best one,
crispier.
that's 120, 150 range. You're getting
Okay,
into like
gotcha.
those kind of like,
That makes some sense.
yeah. And so I might want both of those, and now I do. Why don't you go for the hops? Would you please?
Well, we've got some suggested hops as some East Kent Goldings. You can use Fuggles, or like we just said, the Willamette, which is a Fuggles strain grown here in Oregon. Styrian Goldings.
Also known as Celia, sometimes on some branding labels.
Celia?
Not for reasons I'm not sure, but yeah, it'll be out there. But it's a Styrian Golding. Celia, Celia.
Celia Goldings?
Just call it Celia. It's like
Celia.
a trademarked version of Styrian Goldings or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have Ken Goldings, Styrian Goldings, Celia, and Challenger.
Challenger, yep. So definitely like English forward hops are going to be appropriate for that. Usually just a bittering charge.
You're not going to use too much of it.
No, generally just for bittering.
Just for balance, 17 to 25 IBU, and is your typical addition.
Mash temperatures, you can go high mash on this.
Like
you
this
want
one,
some,
like some body.
Yeah, I want that mouth feel.
Right.
I've got enough grains to give me all the ABVs I need, but I wanted to weigh my tongue down.
Right.
I try to explain this one as kind of the difference between like chicken broth on the light end of the spectrum and chicken stock. Right, they're both wet, but one of them feels very different on your palate. Yes. And a soup made with stock versus broth is a better soup.
It's heartier.
Yeah,
it's heartier. Yeah, I'm really wary about striking in to a 156, because as soon as I go to 158, 160, my enzymes are gonna stop working. So I'm really
170 is that denature threshold.
Yeah. But the higher you go is like, you can never come back down. So I can't strike in like all of it at 158 and come back down to 156. You can't do that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like over the course of an hour, it might cool off, but
it does.
Most of the work has been done.
It's not supposed to, but.
Yeah.
But just be careful. I'm just saying, just be careful. It really.
I don't know if I've ever
to strike in right at the top.
If I've ever deliberately made a beer, at 150 mash temp 158.
Right.
Like that.
I've never done that.
I don't know that I have. Like, I like a medium light to medium body.
Right.
The lighter body is usually more drinkable. I mean, you can drink more of them, is what I mean. If they're really, really heavy like this, if I drank 2 of these, and I have,
you're done. So
that's kind of I'm done.
They better be heavy. They better have the ABV behind it.
Yeah, it's a different drinking session.
Right.
I'm not out at I'm not watching a football game or a baseball game or something, or goofing off with a bunch of friends and slamming
30.
these back.
Right, we're having beer 30, sipping on it.
These are beers I get to have a deep and meaningful conversation with a friend over.
Oh yeah. Well, chewy mouthfeel enhances residual sweetness too.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna get some of that at the 154 mash temp. BGCP notes for this guy: deep, malty with caramel and light toasted notes.
I think you should say that a little better.
Deep malty with a caramel, light toasted notes.
Deeply malty.
Smooth, complex, and
Deeply
warming.
malty.
Warming without harshness. Is that better?
I love it.
SRM, or that's color for everybody else. 14 to 25. Amber to deep copper, ruby brown. Edging into mahogany is going to be good. IBUs, 17 to 35. And, that 35 IBUs and a big malt bomb tastes like 10, right?
Not much.
It's just enough to balance.
But sometimes you need a little bit more malt or a little bit more hops for the malt.
Something like a Russian Imperial Stout, like huge beer.
You can still put malt.
It has like 40 IBUs or something, but it tastes like 12.
Right.
Like you're hard pressed to find the bitterness.
It complements it.
Yeah. It balances. It's balanced, all about that. 6.5% to 10%. Of course, in American markets, man, if it's under 8, somebody's probably going to look at you funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like, this is definitely one where the malt gets to go do the solo act. Don't let the hops elbow their way in. I can imagine this beer if it had a strong bitter edge to it. It would be really competitive, overly competitive with that malt. That malt flavor is kind of like, it's rich, but it's kind of soft too.
Right.
So like, I don't want spiky, hoppy bitterness.
It almost presents itself as a holiday beer.
Certainly, and if you want to celebrate every Tuesday, it's a perfect one for that too.
Do what you want. Put as much hops in it as you want.
So there's some common misconceptions we talked about. One of them, it's peat. Peat, it's peaty like a Scotch whiskey. It isn't. Traditional Scotch ales does not mention peat. That idea
there
definitely.
There's no peat in Scotch ales.
That said, this beer, that we were drinking today, the Freedom Fighter Scotch Ale, it's a personal favorite of mine. Does include a little bit of peat smoked malt, and I know it's not traditional. I'm well aware. But it just tastes so damn good. I can't, like, the recipe's done really well for so long. Right, I can't fuck with it.
We can have peat in Scotch ale. We can't have peat in Scottish ale. That's the difference.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So we need a Scotch ale, like a straight up, like, peat bomb Scotch ale.
Scotch ale, yes.
So I brewed this, my last batch of this one, I did a split batch on 2 different yeasts.
Yep.
One of them I used Nottingham because I was looking for a dry alternative. And I think I might have mentioned this last week, but I'll say it again. We wanted a dry yeast alternative, and they don't make a dry Scotch ale yeast. I don't think the strain can handle the desiccation, freeze drying, or whatever they do due to those cells. But I tried it with Nottingham, and it attenuated nicely. It tastes really, really rich and smooth. The flavor profile of Nottingham plays nice with this beer. The control was on a really fresh pitch. Like, we brewed on a Wednesday, and 5 minutes we were brewing knowing the yeast was inbound from Hood River. Like, I've got it on. FedEx says, hey, it's going to be there by 5. Well, I don't need it till 6 or 5:30 or whatever. It shut up at 4. We were fine. You can't get fresher yeast. We're overnight shipped from the factory, so you have to live in from Hood River, Oregon. Yeast is in Hood River, Oregon. Yeah, you can't get it any fresher than that. So we pitched it 2 packs because it's a big beer, and the attenuation on the 1728 was obscene. Like, it pinged way higher than spec. So that beer finished. I think we normally shoot for like 1023 gravity. This thing went down to 1013, and it tastes like a whiskey without the burn. It really tasty. I'm like, well, that's a little fucking weird. It because the ABV is 10 gravity points, so it's an even stronger version of it. So the alcohol presence is dialed all the way to 11. The body's not there, so then all the peat kind of comes through, like, can be a little shinier. And I was like, well, shit, this is pretty fucking tasty Scotch, albeit weak. It's like a Scotch cocktail kind of experience. I'm like, that's really weird. So, yeast health and freshness of yeast, these things play a factor. If you're looking at attenuation, the attenuation table on your favorite yeast strain, that is average performance.
Yep. Yeah.
We found the shallow end of that bell curve, right? Yeah.
You found the special one.
Found one. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. totally different beers.
You drank it, right?
It's on oak. We drank it. We tasted it at a secondary.
Okay.
So
we still have a chance for a beer 30 on this one.
Yeah. I'll bring it in when it's. I'll bring a fresh version, and then we'll bring an older one too.
Cool. Well, better get on it.
I'm working on it.
Mine.
And so I was saying, like, I know this has peat malt, like 2 ounces of peat malt in it. I know it's not traditional. I know it's, but the beer just tastes good, and that's my goal.
As long as it tastes good. If
the beer that you brew tastes like you want to drink another one, high five. That's winning.
Yep.
That's it. That's as far as I get into my production. I'm like, that fucking tastes good. I want more.
That's the pinnacle, baby.
I can't change it. So the other misconception, it's always a smoked beer. Nope, not even close.
No.
Unless you're riffing like I did. But in most recipes, smoke is an off-style kind of detour.
Right.
They're not.
Don't flame it on your mash either.
No. Don't fire. Don't leave your mash done fire on. Just saying, kids.
That's a smoky Scotch.
So another one, like some people think these are like syrupy or thick, and like we did talk about, they have a higher mash temp, but they're not jammy.
They're not super thick.
No, it slides down.
They got a good body.
They slide down the throat hole really well.
Nice body.
Flavor ranges between the styles. Right. So our light are 60 shilling.
Our 60, 70, 80, and 90.
Yeah. So 60, we can have a gentle toast, like a tea biscuit. Tea biscuit, for those who don't know, like it's a light biscuit, eaten during tea, like 4 o'clock. But they're kind of generally light, wafery kind of thing.
Right.
Soft caramel kind of notes, like not as heavy as that.
Right, like a taupe caramel. So good.
Yeah.
Then we got the Scottish heavy, 3.5 to the 4, which is the 70 shilling. Kind of more of the bread crust compared to the gentle toasty. We got more. When you put that crust in your mouth, you taste that nutty, malty.
Yeah,
but it's got a dry finish.
I think of those
too.
like those bready kind of like Munich, Munich, or like your Oktoberfest kind of bready kind of flavor range.
Deeper.
Yeah.
It's got that toast, but a little deeper. Yeah,
nutty and nice. That's good.
Drier finish.
The export strength, toffee. You get into those raisins, a kind of a richness in that flavor profile.
Yep.
All the way up to the wee heavy. I think wee heavy.
Fruitcake. It's got some fruitcake in here, deep caramels, little that warming alcohol. Oh,
I really like the date profile in these beers.
Yeah.
Like, speaking of date
raisin.
profile, Lopez Island Brewery makes a Belgian they call the fried fryer.
Yeah,
and it uses dates and raisins in production, and it's so goddamn good. Another heavy hitting beer. Do not make plans with. Like, freeze your keys. I don't know what you got to do, but like, just don't. It's a good one. So the fried fryer is another one they don't make. It's not on their full time lineup, but if you ever get out of Lopez and they got the fried fryer on, buy 2 and hail a cab. Not that they have cabs on Lopez, but like wave somebody down. It's a friendly island. They'll fucking give you a ride. Traditional versus American interpretations. Yeah, we're gonna get a little hard. We're gonna get heavier hitting on pretty much all of the American stuff. 8 and 10%.
Yeah, we're just a little bit hitty.
Yeah,
hard hitting.
Traditional might be ferment, like colder, cleaner, low esters. We're definitely over here. We're doing the opposite of that.
Yeah, warmer.
Yep.
Esterier.
Yep.
I mean, look at you. You didn't even refrigerate this beer. It's delicious.
That's the thing. I can't help it.
Cellar
Yeah.
temp.
Yeah.
Fermentatio. Is that like a...
that's a typo.
I thought that was a type of beer, like a traditional
I think
Scotch,
I might have to make...
Scotch ale.
We might have to make a fermentatio. A fermentatio. It's a patio sipping Scotch ale. The fermentatio. Malt. Malt
Fermentation's
difference.
a little
Why don't you
warmer.
give us malt differences there? We got the
The
notes.
malt differences. You're using the pales and the caramels for the traditional, and the American. I think we're putting more caramels, using a little bit of more melanoidin in ours over here in America. So compared to just some of the lighter grain bills,
Yeah.
American pumps it up.
Of course, we talked about smoke, so not traditional, but you're going to see it over here. You're going to see it whether you want to or not. It's going to be there. Sometimes it's good. I have had examples though that had way too much peat in it and got peat.
It overdoes it.
Well,
It'll
so
overpower easily.
So the main flavor of peat malt is a phenolic compound that tastes like Band-Aids. And so if you're a beer nerd and you've done an off-flavor tasting panel and you know that those phenols from stressed out yeast and they taste like Band-Aidy and medicinal, you've got a problem. So peat malt
You start identifying
is
it as soon as you taste
heavy
it.
hitting Band-Aid.
Yeah.
Like if you open up a bag of peat malt and stick your fucking head in, you're going to think you're in a Band-Aid factory. It's terrible. That's Band-Aid trademarked Band-Aids and not the Costco versions. Okay? Just so we're clear. Just so we're clear.
So my finish from my traditional is going to be sweet but clean, and for us Americans, it's going to be a little bit syrupy, maybe most of the time a little bit more boozy.
Yeah, that's going to be a
We're
thing.
gonna pump it up.
There is North Sound Brewery they do a Scotch ale. They've only been able to do it a couple of times. They actually age it in a Scotch barrel, which is difficult to source. The Scots do not discard their barrels. They just pop the lids off, retorch them, and reuse them. I've seen some really cool machines that kind of do that stuff automatically. They don't get rid of their barrels. Winemakers are constantly trying to reuse barrels, but at some point they got to get rid of them. Bourbon makers, they have to use a new barrel every single time. So getting your hands on a Scotch barrel, really rare. Unfortunately, that brewery is going to be closing in August. Kurt's going to be retiring and hanging up the show, so no more.
Nobody's going to buy that place?
Not that I've heard so far.
I mean, dang.
Ain't nobody got no dang money. But their
there's gonna
Scotch
be room
ale,
for one more brewery in the neighborhood.
their Scotch ale was pretty legend. That the barrel profile, the huge barrel Scotch, so here it's not adding peat malt to the grain bill, but we're getting those peat flavors from the barrel, right? A fresh dumped Scotch barrel, huge amounts of flavor. I have had the privilege of enjoying that beer a couple of times. I am going to miss that one.
That's
for
probably
sure.
imported. I mean, the barrel imported.
Oh
stuff.
yeah. And so talking to Kurt, it's like it's always he looks for one every year. They could most years not find one. I think he had brewed one like in their first couple of years, and then like 2 years ago, and that was pretty much. I mean, they make the beer every year, and they oak it on another barrel.
Yeah,
but
not just a Scotch.
It's that's a good beer. That's a 10, but the fucking
The other one
the
is a
Scotch
20.
it's a 20. It's fucking good. Love that goddamn beer. So it can be done right. That's what I'm saying on this peat stuff. I love it when it is done right. We got malt driven without being boring, a strong beer without being boozy sharp, and like I don't want to drink a beer and that gives me the whiskey burn.
Right. Sometimes a double IPA is going to give me a little bit of the hops and the harshness of that.
Yeah.
Like a bitter.
Yeah, I had like
I love it, but
I was gifted like a 12% like chocolate malt stout or barrel aged chocolate malt stout. All I could taste was the booze, and it was burning at the whole time. It was just fusel alcohol presence on that. I was like, that is not where I want to live on any beer. If I want a whiskey burn, I know where to get that. I don't want it in my pint. Or schooner, or tumbler, or Nonic pint, or Churchill pint, or insert beer glass
got
here.
like dessert notes, without tasting like a melted candy bar.
Yeah, like that's a good way to wrap your day up.
Nuts and day bar.
I love that beer. Recommended tasting strategy. All right, here is the trick, kids. Play hide the beer with this one. Hide the beer. It's drinkable, young. It's rich. It definitely sneaks up on you. But if you can play hide the beer and not cheat, Jesus Christ,
You're
the
gonna enjoy
rewards. This is the beer that taught me.
The future you.
This
will
is the beer
thank
that
you.
taught me patience.
Yeah. How old is this one?
It's a year old before bottling, or a year old in the bottle. Excuse me. So this is, I think it was a year ago November that we packaged it, or brewed that one. So
wow.
Yeah, and we've had it. We've been doling it out. We try not to drink it. I mean, like, shit. If I just pulled the tap on that, like, it would be gone in minutes.
It would be.
We carbonated it in the keg, and then we bottled it on a beer gun. So we don't have any sediment. We don't have to worry about it. We can travel with it.
Right.
I actually entered it in the club competition. We'll see how it. I'll find out Sunday if it takes gold.
Oh, good.
Everybody's
the club meeting, right?
Yeah, it's over in Oak Harbor at a member's house.
I have.
And they got barbecue. They're doing that day.
I have company.
I know. I'm gonna be at a family reunion this weekend, so I don't even get to go. It's like the meeting I have to leave, and somebody's doing like Carolina pulled pork barbecue. I'm like, shut up, save me some. So play hide the beer with this one. Just saying. I think of this beer as like liquid bread pudding, right? Malty and sweet, and kind of you got nuts in there too. Like, oh, it's good. I think this beer almost can hug me back. It's really close.
It's that thick.
It is. Yeah. So
it's like a fireplace in the winter.
These beers, they are not a strong English brown at all. These ones, they have developed in their own climates and their own landscapes, and they are completely distinctive. Scotland's cooler. It's damper, limited, which led to limited hop cultivation. So malt really had to do a lot of heavy lifting.
Yep. Had to carry this beer for sure.
If it was an export,
yeah, because they weren't going to go. They were going to go next door and ask fucking England for hops.
You definitely don't want to do that one. Yeah.
You got some hops.
So there's the Dover sole. You've heard of this fish? It's like a flat fish.
Yeah.
Dover sole. But if you go order, they'll make it in Ireland for you, but that's not what they call it. They're not gonna. They have a different name for it because that's fucking English. Fuck
right. Right. Just like the quarter pounder and cheese.
Yeah. These higher OG, these higher ABVs, definitely lended themselves to some of that export marketplace.
Yeah.
You know, sell your beer a long distance. It could make it all the way. A lot of your barrel aged. Historically, some of that wasn't just deliberate aging. It just took that long to get to its destination in a barrel.
And if it's not hop forward, those hops aren't going to dissipate. Right. I mean, for real.
They're not deteriorating.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's not
We
part
have
of everything.
Enough to combat spoilage. We're using hops because of spoilage potential or anti-spoilage potential.
Yeah.
But the higher ABV is another one. So English brewers, they have a lot more hop access. So you are going to see all of those bitter beers. Like the British beer scene is a hop scene for sure.
Right.
Americans learn from the British beer scene.
Them dang British weren't throwing any hops over that border, were they?
Well, they would have if anybody could afford them. Yeah.
So these things got what? Longer boils?
Yeah.
Kettle caramelization.
Yeah, we want some of that extra Maillard reaction. Not necessarily caramelization. Caramelization is doesn't work in water. It takes a higher temperature than we can achieve in water. But that Maillard reaction, that is a different one. We've got
that's what we're associating.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, we're saying caramelization, but it's really a Maillard reaction.
Right.
Kind of like fascinating little history I looked up on that one. Some like chemists got obsessed about it and like, oh, what is this? What is this thing? And like took a deep. Anyways, that's a different story. We might do that some more beer history on a different show.
That's a beer nerd moment.
Heavy duty beer nerd shit. But yeah, those extended boils can do that. I actually have done a Scotch ale. I did what's called we did a kettle caramelization. We took some of the wort out in a separate kettle,
right? Okay,
and boiled it down by like reduced 80%? It to it took a gallon, took it down to a quarter gallon.
Wow,
and added that back in. Yeah, and that did things. There were definitely more. So melanoidin production happens right here. Those melanoidins, those are new flavor elements that make steak taste great. makes toast taste better. It's amino acids.
You made me hungry now.
Yeah, amino acids getting together with sugars to create unfermentable these unfermentable flavor bombs. They're good. They're so good. A British contrasting with a British brown achieves some of that color and malt depth primarily through the malt choices, like darker malts or historically all beer was brown. So a brown ale in England is like kind of was the default position.
We're killing our malts all the same.
But they're achieved through kind of those specialty malts, not longer boil times, which is kind of cool. Let's see. British brown ales, they were hoppier than these beers.
20 to 30 IBU.
Versus like a 1725. We definitely, it was a hop culture. They grew it well, and so it was cheap to produce.
So if I was a Scottish ale, I would give the big finger to an English brown.
For sure,
I would.
Oh yeah. No, you would have to. It's default.
It's in the nature. I was. So
the yeasts are different too. So a lot of the British yeasts are fruitier and like have a higher ester profile. Where you think about like London Ale 3 1318 has a definite like fruit forward. So we love it for hazy IPAs and kind of those. Very popular for that strain. We want those fruity esters. The Scotch Ale, it's got some ester profile, but it's light. It's not, it's not even as strong as.
How many different strains are they making for the Scottish ales?
So I see, a very generic descriptor. It just says Scotch Ale. I don't, as far as like the genus,
Scotch Ale,
they call it a Scottish Ale. There's a couple other makers, but there's not. I don't see like a lot of genotypical descriptors like, oh, this one's from the east side versus the west side kind of stuff.
Terroir yeast way back then.
The yeasts
really probably could have affected the flavors.
The Scotch Ale yeasts have a broad temp range, like. They can do low fermentation. They can do up to 75 degrees. They have a huge range. They're really good.
Yeah, because we get some good fruity esters from the higher temperatures.
But these are cleaner than English counterparts. So even at higher temperatures.
Yeah.
Which is...
Well, that half of the island's a lot cleaner anyways.
Attenuation, medium attenuation on an English, or like, the similar colored English brown ale. Attenuation low to medium generally, although I've seen exceptions to that as well. I've seen that last one I just brewed with 1728 was huge attenuation, like 10% higher than normal.
Wow, that's nice.
The body on a brown ale is lighter as well. They are a lot of brown ales. They're light body. They happen to be brown, but they taste very it's kind of brown flavored beer.
Yeah.
Or it's beer that's brown. I like them. I like them a little bit better. I like brown ales a little bit better than red ales, but that's a different topic.
Right. And Scotch ale is going to be fuller and a little chewier.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
You can taste it.
So we can do those colder fermentation temps with the Scotch ale. 1728 is prime example.
That would be good for that one.
Yep.
Okay. Lower attenuation leaves more of the residual sugar, so that supports the style's richness. To it.
Yeah, it's doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Sweet, malty, yum.
Yeah.
Add that on top of some alcohol. Ooh.
Both styles, the British versus the Scottish, both are amber to brown in color with malt-forward character.
Like we're just saying, a yummy malt-forwardness.
Yeah. And some say like the rarity of a Scotch ale or the yeast, it like default to like a brown ale plus for that's really for drinkers who just see like, oh, it's the color of the beers.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what beer style is, but I know brown is different than blonde, and I know it's not black, so it's right in the middle, kind of thing. But man, the Scotch ale though. Got to do it. It's gonna stand alone. Got different ingredients, got different techniques, different purpose. The whole shebanger. We want to exploit malt richness. We want to exploit the mouthfeel. Brown ales, they are like brown malt hoppy, but definitely lighter.
They're lighter. Yeah. They're not as thick. They're not as rich.
No.
They're a different animal. I mean, they have a place.
Yeah, like it's like a comfy sweater. Not corny. A comfy sweater. Scotch ale is leather armchair by the fireplace.
Could be a corny sweater too.
It just has a caramel glaze on
Hey,
top.
this is going to be the Beer Craft ugly sweater for Christmas.
Yeah,
the comfy sweater Scotch ale.
No, the comfy sweater is the brown ale. Scotch ale is the leather armchair.
Oh, okay,
brown
gotcha.
ale. Yeah,
Leather armchair.
So we need a ugly sweater with a brown armchair by the fire.
Sweater.
Maybe with a caramel glaze on top.
Ugly sweater brown.
Yeah, ugly sweater brown. Oh, that's a terrible name. Back here in the U.S.,
the armchair wee heavy armchair.
yeah. So we don't know what wee heavy is, but we know we know how to make beer stronger over here. So that's what we did. We crank it up.
Yep.
We crank it way up. Like I said, we talked about earlier, 10% is a pretty big beer. Why did we do this? But that's kind of the craft beer culture, isn't it? Have you noticed like a shift in standard strength beers used to be like 5% and Imperials were like at 7% and like 15 years ago.
Yep, long time ago.
Now you go buy a beer at a brewery. It's starts at 7% and it just goes fucking up here.
7.9 is the IPA.
Yeah, a double IPA is friggin' huge.
Yep.
Triple IPA is undrinkable.
I don't see very many triple IPAs lately.
Yeah, that it kind of fell away in popularity, and I think a lot of it was some of those were hard to drink. You might buy one. It was hard to get a second one.
Right.
The 100 IBUs.
I mean, it's hard to get through that. It's usually came in like a 10 ounce, a 2.
Oh yeah, if you were at a bar, you could only get a schooner of it.
Yeah, so I mean, getting through a 10 ounce, you're like, whoa.
You remember some of those like 100 IBU beers, like you drink them and then it felt like you didn't have to brush your teeth for like a month, like you were like.
Did you have any teeth?
Yeah, like not anymore. Yeah, but that's kind of the craft beer culture. It rewards the excesses, and we've been constantly pushing.
Always.
We've been pushing the envelope on bitterness. We pushed the envelope on ABV.
That's what we do on this side of the pond.
Yeah. Barrel aged beers, kind of those were all strong or dessert. A lot of dessert like examples in the craft scene. B-Bomb, like it's pretty thick and jammy. Fantastic beer, but
that's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But so the Scotch ales kind of we're definitely favoring those.
That's a stout though, right?
Yeah.
It's up there though, like with that.
Okay. All right, let's do a little homebrew corner action. Let's talk about this Freedom Fighter Scotch Ale. So why you should brew a Scotch ale at home? I think there are very few styles that reward patience more than this one. I think a malt precision in this beer is fucking fabulous.
Yep, that helps teach you control over the mouthfeel and that mash temperature that I was worried about a little while ago, and the conditioning time.
Yeah, so it's a rich, crowd-pleasing winter beer, winter, spring, fall, and what's the other one? Summer. Yeah, that one works too. With proper aging, man, this beer really just gets better.
And bonus, it's a style where you can experiment with oak aging. You can experiment with smoke, cellaring. You don't have to worry about breaking these rules too much.
You're homebrewed. You can do what you want.
Yep.
So let's break down the Freedom Fighter Scotch Ale. This beer is 1080 starting gravity, final gravity 1023, ABV 7.6, IBUs are 27. Fermentation between 55 and 75. Got a 60-minute boil, 60-minute mash at 153. Grain bill, 9 pounds Maris Honor, 6 pounds two-row, 10 ounces of Bonländer Munich, 10 ounces of Crystal 80, quarter pound each of Cara Munich. And
Caramel Munich.
Cara Munich is
same deal.
yeah, Cara is like the prefix for caramel in a lot of things.
They're saving digits.
Yeah. Like Cara Hellas is 10 Lovabond caramel 10 or crystal 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So Cara Munich, but Cara Munich is what Brees calls it. Is like Cara Munich. It's like a 60 Lovabond caramel Munich. So it's stewed.
So then a Cara Pils is like this.
Cara Pils is like a
like
2 low,
caramely,
3 low.
Caramely Pils.
Yeah, it's the lightest color crystal malt. Cool stuff. So
right.
quarter pound
How
each.
old were you when you realized that?
I was this
Today.
year's. Yeah. 4 ounces each of the Caramunic and roasted barley.
Very
this
nice.
one does have 2 ounces of that Simpson peated
malt.
Not a ton. Some days hard to notice, but hops we talked about. 2 ounces of Willamette. We're going to use 1728 for the yeast. Now this one is a big beer. We're going to either do a starter, or we are going to buy 2 packs of yeast.
Extra yeast.
Yeah, extra yeast. Oh yeah, 4 ounces of toasted or untoasted oak in secondary. Works amazing. You get like vanilla and oak
chips.
flavor. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. 2 weeks to 6 months on oak. I've done both.
Wow.
And,
okay.
and I've done a lot of points in between too because I forgot about it. You know, like,
There you go.
Yeah.
Check it out along the way.
Extract
taste
version.
it a little bit. And pull it out when you like.
The extract version, and don't worry, like you don't have to write anything down. We're gonna put links in the show notes for these 2 beers. You can check them out. For the extract version, same specialties. We're just
Comes in about the same, 1081.
Yep, 1081, 1023.
7.6.
Little higher IBU, and that's based on the calculus for in Brewer's Friend. You know, mileage varies on IBUs anyways, so who cares?
Yeah.
Same specialty malts.
That low, it's going to be
We're
okay.
gonna substitute the substitute the Maris Otter and the 2-row for 9.9 pounds of Golden Light liquid malt extract plus a pound of Pilsen dry malt extract.
Nice.
To get all the way there. Same hops, same yeast, same recommendations. We talked about it. Use a starter or multiple smack packs. Ferment this one with some headspace or a blow-off too. You got a big beer. You got a lot of sugars. You got a lot of yeast doing a lot of work. Going to be a lot of foam. Don't crowd your airlock, kids,
Right.
or you are going to make an airlock rocket.
Airlock rocket.
An airlock rocket.
Unregistered pressel.
An
Pressel.
unregistered pressure
Pressure
vessel.
vessel.
Yeah. It's a classic.
Unregistered pressure vessel.
1
wanna
to
pay a
2
fine,
weeks.
sir.
I say it like I think some of the recipes a little old. I've said 1 to 2 weeks max. I've done longer. I like a lot of oak though. If you're not as big a fan, that's okay. I don't hate you. You just don't go longer.
Yeah, just
That's
taste
it.
it.
Yeah.
Do it to your liking.
Yep. So this beer's complexity really starts hitting its stride at least 4 weeks. Better at 3 months. Better at 6 months. Amazing at a year.
This was really delicious at a year.
Yeah.
Almost a year, Ben.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Hell yeah.
I really enjoy the beer. It's the one that's it's the one that taught me patience. The payoff, it's not immediate on this at all, and that's kind of the point. This is a beer I want to put away, and I want to savor, and I want to enjoy long term in small doses.
It's a drinker. It's not a drinker. It's a sipper.
Yeah, I mean, I
just enjoy it.
I have done this one. I've made fresh versions. I've dumbed it down to 6% so that I could drink it around the holiday table without being too full. I've done all those things. They're really good, but the aged one.
So this is a beer that doesn't care about any of those trends.
Yeah, I think the caramel starts to breathe. The oak is folding into the malt. The alcohol, it's gone from like a punchy booze to kind of a polished, refined character. It's teaching me to wait. It can teach you to wait too. Just let it rest. And when it's finally ready, God, it feels earned. Holy shit. So if you're brewing this at home, don't brew 5 gallons, brew 10. Bury some in the back closet and forget it. And months later, when everything's loud and fast and hop to hell, you're going to open a bottle that waited for you, and it's going to taste like time well spent.
And if you want, try brewing the style the way we do, peat, oak, and all. Check out the Freedom Fighter Scotch Ale kit at Northwest Brewer Supply. We got both all grain and extract versions ready to go, so you just bring your patience.
Until next time, folks, thanks for joining us. Keep listening, and by all means, keep brewing.
Brewing.